Have you ever felt kind of lost? Asking yourself those big life questions about your purpose. Well, today we're diving into Jay Jaboneta's Philosophy in a Dream, which is basically a roadmap for that exact journey.
So, here's the setup. It all kicks off with a young guy named Jay. He's just dropped out of university, and bam, he's hit with these massive questions. He is completely consumed by them, feeling totally adrift, and searching for some kind of meaning in a world that just doesn't seem to have any for him anymore.
And right when he's at his breaking point, just mentally and physically drained from all this searching, he falls asleep. But this isn't just any old dream. He gets pulled into this incredible dream world that promises to hold the very answers he's been so desperately looking for.
So Jay wakes up, but he's not in his bed. He's in this impossibly beautiful place called the Garden of Sophia. And yeah, that literally means the Garden of Wisdom. It's here, at the base of this huge mountain, that he meets a mysterious, ancient-looking old man.
Okay, so the old man proposes a deal. It's a 7-day journey. Each day, he'll give Jay one core principle. But, and this is a big but, Jay has to figure out the meaning for himself. And this is so key to the whole story, right? True wisdom isn't something you can just be given. It's something you have to find within yourself.
And so the journey begins. We start with 3 foundational principles that, in the world of this story, aren't just good ideas. They're basically the invisible laws that govern how reality works.
First up is awakening. This is the big realization that you're not just a passenger in life, you're an active co-creator. Next is attention, which is all about the power of focus. Think of it like your mind's own personal search engine. Whatever you look for, you're going to find. But it's the third one, attitude, where things get really wild, because this power gets put to a very real physical test. And get this, to explain the principle of attitude, who shows up in the dream but Albert Einstein himself? Yeah, the Albert Einstein. And he doesn't just give a boring lecture. He actually demonstrates its real, tangible power with a simple but super profound experiment.
The experiment is powerful. Jay gets handed a stone, and when he fills his mind with thoughts of all his past failures and screw-ups, the stone gets physically heavier. I mean, so heavy he can't even hold it. But then, the moment he shifts his focus to just a single, grateful thought, that same stone becomes almost weightless in his hand. Insane, right? But just as Jay is starting to get a handle on these incredible ideas, the entire garden, this place of beauty and wisdom, it gets completely swallowed by a cold gray mist. And this isn't just weather. It's a physical manifestation of his deepest doubts and fears. I mean, this fog is everywhere. It's rising up from the ground and falling from the sky at the same time, just consuming everything. And out of this cold, oppressive mist comes a voice that is both absolutely terrifying and somehow intimately familiar.
And here's the thing about the fog. It's not some external monster. It's his own inner critic. It whispers every single negative thought, every insecurity he's ever had, and it uses his own memories as weapons against him.
But instead of fighting back, Jay has this massive breakthrough. He realizes he isn't the storm of all his anxious thoughts. He's the calm, quiet observer, just watching them pass by. He's the sky, not the clouds. And that's such a profound shift, right? Going from being consumed by a thought to just noticing it. He learns that our inner critic, this fog, it only has power when we mistake its voice for our own truth. The second you practice just observing the thought without judging it, the fog loses its grip. It completely dissolves. It just can't survive being seen for what it really is.
So Jay's whole journey, mastering these principles, confronting his own inner darkness, it's all been building toward this one final, totally life-altering truth that he discovers on the 7th day.
On that final day, the old man presents him with a blank blackboard. It's Jay himself who writes down the last principle. He finally understands. The gift isn't something you go out and find or something you have to earn. The gift is, and always has been, you, exactly as you are.
And that leaves us with this final, really provocative thought. If your attention truly does help create your reality, and you are the gift, then what kind of world are you going to choose to build? What story will you tell?